This is the Jaguar X-Type.
What?
Oh, sorry, wrong film. This is the Jeep SRT8 6.2 344 liter, 493,000 million kilowatt, 862 billion horsepower Jeep SRT8 car.
It's very close. It's actually got 1 million horsepower and it's got 6 billion Newton meters of torques, which is a lot of torques. A lot happens under this bonnet over here. The Grand Cherokee Jeep 6.4 monster. Now, with the petrol price having just gone up, this is gonna hurt a lot.
Well, unless you're a Saudi sheik.
Yeah, no Vaseline, trust me. This one goes straight in. But this has got one of the most awesome sounding engines. It's actually a Hemi engine. If you don't know what that is, just look it up on the Google. H-E-M-I. Good, okay. And then it goes like this, and then like this, and then everything is inside there, but it's the SRT8. So it's got the full-on blown supercharger inside it, okay? And it blows like you can't believe it. It's if you can afford the petrol, this is a car to actually own, because look at it.
I mean, realistically, what is this going to cost to fill up?
I think it's got like about a 100-liter tank, so it's going to cost you 1,300 rand to fill up.
And how much?
And then if you live, for example, like in Bryanston,
yes,
okay, and you drive down the road there to Four Ways,
which is what, sort of 6 kilometers?
6 kilometers. Yeah. You might have to put in another 1,300 rand to petrol. Okay, it's not that bad, but it's close. Average fuel consumption is a lot. But that's not why you're buying it. You're buying it because it looks aggressive, and wherever you drive, people are going to get out of your way.
Oh, yeah.
And when they hear it, they're going to get out of your way just as much. It's a magnificent car. There are a few problems with it, and we'll show you those when we get inside. This is the Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT8. Very comfortable, great driving position, all very high, lovely, except a couple of problems. It's cheaply finished.
It's cheaply finished.
Cheaply finished. It's just, look down here where the console is for the gearbox and that. It's just not in the same caliber and class as a Range Rover, for example. But it's got every single thing that a Range Rover has. And that's the only disappointing side of it. It would be awesome if it had the finish just being a lot better.
Oh! Whoa! You're kidding me.
6.4 litre, my buddy.
What weight is this car?
A lot. Have you tried to pick it up? So, I mean, what do you think? Is it...
You know what? If I look at it, I'm very unimpressed. I'm not going to be funny about it. I know that I don't want to try and agree with you just for the sake of agreement. It's fine. It's adequate, but not for a top of the line motor vehicle that Jeep was saying it is. It's got all this brute power. All they could do is refine it a little bit. Check here.
See, also here, just too plasticky. Put some carpets in here. Make it, just style it up a little bit. Change this. Why not have this carbon fiber finish over here? That to me would, really it just needs the finish. This stitching is lovely, but then here it just falls apart. But it's just, you just know that you are in something brute.
I would be quite worried to know how this thing would actually stop and handle and perform.
Listen, it actually would surprise you. Going around a circuit, I mean, it's got a track mode as well.
Yep.
It's got a fully functional paddle shift box, which is actually very impressive. But it's not your kind of car that you want to take on a racetrack.
No.
But if you're driving on a cruise down to the coast or wherever you're going, you've got the brute power to just get past whatever you want. I mean, it's aggressive looking. But why not finish the carbon fiber here?
It's got a sunroof which is panoramic, so
yes.
You can actually open the sunroof, which is great. But it's also got that area at the back over there, which is panoramic, which you can actually pull back. I'm trying to figure out. There you go. So you've got full panoramic, and it's very spacious in the back. But I think you forget about all those things when suddenly you feel a bit of power. It doesn't bite, but you can feel it's brute. Whoa.
And it's so comfortable. This is, I tell you, this is such a beautiful, beautiful car. There's just a couple of things that, and I'm sure maybe, I don't know, but maybe you could get it as an option extra just to change the too much silvery stuff.
Yeah.
It's just too silvery. You know, but that's my own personal opinion. For the rest of it, it's very smooth. We know that they're very accomplished Jeep in terms of four-wheel drive and those kind of things. I don't know if you'd want to take a SRT8 into the Bundus.
No.
I mean, listen, it's a 739,000 Rand vehicle. You know, so, but it would cope very, very well.
Okay, so 739,000 Rand, a million zillion horsepower.
Yeah.
A pretty car though, but it's just a little bit of a plasticky finish. It's not a boy racer's car either. You know what? Maybe it's like a grown man's. I'm about to retire and I need something to get a bit of whoa in my loins kind of car.
I think it is, but it's also one of those where if you get to a traffic light, not many people are going to really want to play with you because they know that you've got a huge engine and great power.
And it's incredible because it's so flippin' big.
It's massive. I mean, it's a really big car. The back is a little bit small. You know, I would equate it to something like a Range Rover Sport.
Yeah.
You know, as opposed to a Range Rover. But then again, the Range Rover is, you know, that's the benchmark of any one of these kind of vehicles. But I tell you, there's not a long run with this. I mean, it's an incredibly smooth ride. I don't know what it feels like that side.
Oh, beautiful. Even when you're getting up to 60, it feels smooth. And it sounds. I tell you what, you want to hear this car. It sounds beautiful. It really does.
I mean, it's just somewhere. This is fantastic.
Yeah, it's a great car. Listen, if you've got the tin, more importantly, if you've got the money to buy this car, that's not the thing. As Sasha says, you've got to have money to maintain the petrol bill.
Yeah, the petrol's going to be quite scary. They have refined them over the years, this engine, to give you a little better fuel economy. But I can tell you now, you're looking at a minimum of 20 liters to 100 k's. So every 5 k's,
500 k's,
well, every 5 kilometers you're gouging down a liter of fuel.
It's very heavy.
You know, it's heavy.
Oh, yeah. It comes with the Pocket Exxon Valdez.
Yeah.
Wow. And it does shut. It goes. It really does go.
It's beautiful. It sounds awesome. The gearbox is actually pretty good. The brakes are good. And it's smooth. It's so beautifully smooth.
Yeah.
You know, which is, if you think of most people who got a Jeep, they've got those, you know, Wrangler, and they go and play with them on the beach, etc., etc. This is a refined, beautiful cruising vehicle.
Does it have 4x4?
Yeah.
So where's the 4x4?
Where's the 4x4? No, this maybe is a 2x2.
Yeah, I don't think this is the.
No, I don't think this is a 4x4.
This is not a 4x.
Yeah, unless it's permanent 4x4, but it must have. I mean, it's got snow and everything, so maybe it's just permanent 4x4.
Well,
we'll check on that for you.
All right, cool. There you go. It's a very nice car. I'm impressed.
Yeah,
I'm impressed. Did you take the handbrake off?
Yes, it's always off.
Oh. Because we could have got an extra 30 kilometers an hour faster.
No, there it's on.
Oh yeah, this is a nice car.
But it's so comfortable. I really am impressed. I've always loved the SRT8 version of the Chrysler 300, and of course now the Jeep. But it's going to cost you to maintain it in the sense of fuel. Fuel is your biggest burner over here. For the rest of it, it's a lot of fun. But maybe just change a little bit of the interior.
Thanks for the drive, Sash.
Thank you, my friend.